Alright, what's going on, people? If you haven't heard, there is a new patch coming out for Call of Duty Ghosts in regards to the snipers. Now, the MSBS already got a patch, and here's my feelings on that. I thought the patch on the MSBS was, based off a professional opinion or professional players, and I think it really hurt the weapon overall. It's like taking a weapon away from the overall experience for the rest of the players who are purchasing a brand new Xbox or PS4 in regards to a 9v9 gameplay. Because this is my opinion. I feel like the pro players made a suggestion on the MSBS that it was very powerful up close and it didn't give you any ability to shoot back, and it was a one burst kill no matter what. Not all 3 bullets have to hit you to kill you up close. Understandable, and I can understand where that's a problem in a 4v4 situation, but it's necessary for a 9v9 game type when you're dealing with multiple targets or at range. Now, if you're like on Stonehaven or something like that, we're talking like 3 or 4 bursts to kill somebody at range with that weapon, which basically renders the weapon useless based on the fact that you have to burn so much ammo, and 2, you're stuck shooting at somebody for 3 bursts, 4 bursts at long range, and that's the purpose of the weapon, is to burst fire so the bullets are clumped together and kill people at long distance. It just basically takes the weapon out of the game. It's almost like removing a weapon from ground war, and then the map pack's going to add a new weapon. So that's my opinion on that. I think, they took advice from the pro players on that weapon, and they gave no regards to ground war. I understand the patch for 4v4, but it just ruined the weapon for ground war and 9v9. So, moving right along. The new patch that's going to be coming out, Tina, the community manager at Infinity War. Now, I've been very critical of her up to this point. Now, what this patch says, I will leave the link in the description so you can read it yourself, but based on this patch in writing, it looks like a legitimate balancing patch for the next generation consoles. For the game to have some longevity, this is a great patch. It's something that should have been done in Black Ops 2 that wasn't. And I'm going to talk about the patch right now. So the patch that we're looking at, that is to weapon balance, is the first thing that we're going to notice here is the reduction in flinch benefit of the focus perk. So here's my question. So first of all, snipers can take shots and still get a shot off on you. So I'm looking at it, and I'll put it in the bottom of the screen so you can see what I'm talking about. Maybe they should be in a different order, so that way I can make more sense to you, but I'm just reading them as I go along right now. This will make sense. Trust me. So it says a reduction in flinch benefit, a reduction in the flinch benefit of the focus perk. A reduction in flinch benefit of the focus perk. So they're essentially saying, even when, I thought this was pretty good. I mean, this is in writing excellent. Even when using the focus perk, you're going to have a reduction in flinch. So what happens is, if you're being shot at, your character is going to flinch upward. You will no longer be able to get that hit on a person while having focus on. So the question is it better for the sniper to use their weapon without the focus perk so that they won't flinch even more when using it. Now the thing about the focus perk is it comes in two pieces. It reduces idle sway. And nowhere in this nerf does it say that idle sway has been nerfed. So the thing about it is it necessary to have this perk in the first place? My interpretation would be that flinching here's the way I would rather had it be implemented. And this is the developer's interpretation of this definition. That maybe they think that flinching is already where it's supposed to be at without it. But I thought that you should flinch more without the perk, and because it's a perk system, then you should have a reduction of flinching. But instead, they're saying you have the perk on, it's not going to be the same with other weapons. You're going to flinch more while being hit. Regardless, I would still like to see what it's like and test it out just to make sure for myself with or without the perk. I still think that this is above and beyond, and I appreciate it. I think it's above and beyond, and I think that you should be forced to use the perk, and it should be reduced by, like I said, 50% the flinching. But this is a great perk because now if a sniper's shooting at you and you're shooting him and your bullets are hitting that person, he's going to be flinching. So he's no longer going to be able to snipe you and then snipe you again while he's taking hits in his chest. You know what I'm saying? You're taking hits, you're like, you're not going to sit there and snipe somebody. But here is how the other two nerfs within this patch affect the flinching of this next affects the flinching reduction. An increase in overall ADS time. ADS time could be what? 0.100 tenth of a second to 0.50%. We don't know the overall reduction in ADSing, but this is the most important thing, because with reduction in combination with flinching is that you can no longer ADS and then, while you're being hit, you're flinching upwards. You can't, if you're ADSing and you get flinching backwards, there's no way you're going to be able to get that shot off. So what it means is this: if a sniper takes a shot at you and misses, then he's dead. And that's the way it should be. It shouldn't be sitting there, pow, 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 and you're shooting the guy and he's not dying. That's just ridiculous. So, and then the last one is the sniper rifles with a silencer are being changed to chest up kill instead of waist up kill. To me, I think this only means that the drag scoping in a 360 degree sphere has been cut into a 180. So now you could just drag scope probably anywhere in a 180 half sphere one-shot kill with a silencer. So the thing about it is you can still drag scope with a silencer one shot as long as you're drag scoping from the top down. If you look at it, if you take the plane from here, the plane is 180 from hand to hand, and anywhere up to the top is 180 degrees. So if you drag scope, a person will have to drag. They can't drag scope from the bottom up. They could drag scope top down, and you get anywhere. If you get drag scope anywhere in this direction, it's still one-shot kill with the silencer. To me, I think the silencer should be a two-shot kill, or should be a headshot only. I think chest up with a silencer. You're still getting one shot. Snipe silencer kills chest up. Listen, I'm still happy about it because look, the reduction in ADSing is the big question here. How much ADSing reduction is going to be the key to the drag scoping? Now, if the ADSing is reduced by 50%, then chest up is regardless, it doesn't matter. Because you're going to have the ADS really slow, and by the time you get to that point, killing that guy, he's gone. So it's pointless. So all these perks are centered. I mean, all of these nerfs are centered around the ADS time. If the ADS time is reduced by 50%, and the person has to use quick draw to like get 25% of that back, then it's fair. I think that's a fair statement. Also, I want to touch on the IEDs. I think the IEDs need a red blinking light on them. I mean, when we had C4 from other Call of Duties, there was always a blinking light on them. These IEDs, you can't even see them. And every single Call of Duty, the Claymores had red lines coming out of them. The IEDs, I mean, I understand, you know, that they beep and everything, but you can't even jump out of the way. You can't escape them, and you have to burn. It's a 1 point. It's a 1 point grenade, and you have to spend 2 points to either see it or to protect yourself from it. So you're spending twice as many points to keep yourself away from it, and it's undetectable, and the main thing is it ruins the flow of the game. And the last thing I want to talk about is this heavy-duty playlist. Here's what I want to say about the heavy-duty playlist. The heavy-duty playlist is Black Ops 2. If you look at the heavy-duty playlist, and the snipers are really not nerfed, then the snipers, any weapons that have the most damage in them, are basically going to be unbalanced in the heavy-duty playlist. So, if you look back at Black Ops 2, the reason why snipers were so overpowered in the heavy-duty playlist, Black Ops 2, excuse me, is because you would shoot the snipers, and they would like thud, 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 and they would turn around and snipe you. And you're like, what the hell? I'm shooting the guy and he's not dying. So not only that, you're going to have an unbalance in the amount of ammunition that you have. So like weapons like the Remington, all the assault rifles would be useless. And the SMGs are going to take all the ammo to kill you. It's not about we need a heavy-duty playlist so that the people can keep running around. I've already made the point what needs to be fixed in the game. It's not a heavy-duty playlist. Because you've made the weapon ammunition and the power of the weapons balanced for the game that you're playing now. So if you're getting hit by weapons and bullets are hitting you, the stronger weapons are just going to turn around and kill you. So it's just going to turn into a Treyarch game where there's only a couple weapons that are overpowered and that's it. That's basically a Treyarch game. What needs to be fixed? I mean, it's like Treyarch and Infinity Ward are backwards. Like Treyarch takes out Dead Silence and Footsteps and has the heavy duty playlist, and then Infinity Ward puts in Amplified and Dead Silence and doesn't have the heavy duty playlist. I mean, just switch the two. That's it. Take the damage out of Black Ops 2 and take out Amplified and Dead Silence in an Infinity Ward game, and Call of Duty is problem solved. Listen, what needs to be happening, it's not a heavy-duty playlist. I've already explained this. Amplified, let me visualize this in your brain. Amplified. If two people have Amplified, one person is standing still, the other one is moving. I have $200 headphones. That's the problem we're in right now. Not everybody has headphones. The person that's not moving, that has Amplified, is going to hear the person with Amplified moving. You see? You see that? They see how Amplified makes people not move and just listen to people that don't even have Amplified, or even if they do have Amplified, it's still trump How can a perk be Trump over its own self? How can a perk not be equal to itself? See, this is the problem. When a perk is not equal to itself, it's a bad perk. So the reason why there's camping in this game and people are looking for a different playlist, that's not the case. Heavy duty, all it's going to do is more people are going to camp and listen more and just shoot you more. They're not going to move. They're going to have amplified listening for footsteps. Now, look at Dead Silence. Dead Silence is a perk that cancels itself out. Now, let me explain it to you. If a person is camping using Dead Silence, and Dead Silence was Trump, meaning you could not hear it with Amplified. Amplified is only to hear. Amplified is amplify. Is to hear orders, louder orders. People who don't have Dead Silence footsteps. Do you understand what amplified means? It doesn't mean I can hear everything. That's the problem that's the problem, developers. Did you understand that that's the definition? You're not even taking into consideration what the definition of this means. Dead silence is dead silence. So let's look at this. Dead silence, if a person's camping and another person is moving, they're equal. They can't hear each other. The perk is balanced. Because if a person's camping and he has dead silence, and the person that is running around, this person's going to be scared because he don't know where this guy's coming unless he's moving around to get kills to get a SATCOM. Does that make sense now? So this guy's moving around. He's out clearing people who camp. Same scenario. Amplified, amplified. This guy's moving around. He's trying to remove guys that are camping. Oh, guess what? I can hear you coming a mile away. Sound UAV 24/7. You see what I'm saying? It's not heavy duty playlist. That was a suggestion from Tina. Now I have to commend Tina for posting. I don't know if it was her or she was watching videos or what. In either case, she's the one that posted in callofduty.com. I'll leave the link in the description below. Big props to her. I mean, Robert Bowen couldn't even get that done. So I have to give her props. As much as people dislike her, she did her job on this one. Now, I am going to point out the fact that Eric Beisman, the creative director at Raven Software, specifically said that quickscoping was a conscious decision to be removed from the Call of Duty Ghosts franchise. So you can take everything I just said and throw it out the window. He's the one that said it. And I'll leave that link too in the description. So these are conscious decisions made by Infinity Ward. This isn't something that's a surprise. I mean, you know, it is what it is. They're the ones that said it. So those are the patches that are going down. I totally agree with them. I think that, you know, amplified should not be Trump. I explained the reasons why. Dead silence should be Trump. You don't need a heavy duty playlist. The way people die in this game is perfect. You know, you shoot somebody, they die. You should be able to kill somebody if you get the jump on them. It's a military shooter, a first-person military shooter. That's the way it should be. It shouldn't be Call of Duty Halo where I'm shooting a guy in the back and he turns around and kills me. You know, that messes with people's minds. They start thinking, well, I got a bad connection? I mean, you might as well just throw out dedicated servers. What's the point of having dedicated servers if you can't kill somebody? So, I mean, I think, you know, you have to look at this and say, you don't want to go backwards. Dedicated servers, you want to show the people improvements on the game itself, not go around the problems. And making a heavy-duty playlist is going around the problem of Amplified. Amplified is not Trump over Dead Silence. And they definitely don't definitely don't define the terms that they're being used as. Dead silence is not dead silence, and amplified is not amplified. Amplified is I hear you, I hear everything. A mile away, 24 UAV sound in my headphones. And dead silence might as well be sometimes you hear footsteps. It's not dead silence. So anyways, those are the corrections. Those are the patches that are made. You know, you can say what you want or do what you want. I think overall it is a start. It is a start. It's better than them doing nothing at all. And believe me, this just wasn't me saying it. There was a consensus on the Call of Duty forums that people were being frustrated by the snipers. And lastly, Eric Beisman, the creative director of Raven Software, said this himself. It was a conscious decision to take out quick scoping. So it was just inevitable that they were going to go back, and if there was a problem, they were going to fix it. So regardless, either way, golf clap to Infinity Ward, and a golf clap to Tina for, you know, implementing, getting this done, doing some, you know, work over there. Anyways, hope you enjoyed this video. Until next time, it's your boy Fizz. Peace, and I'm out.